later in the video. So, why does Max like Spider-Man that much? Rhino, before he became Rhino, was a crazy, what do you call him, criminal. That I forgot what he actually did. He drove a truck in the middle of the town. The police tried to chase him. They didn't succeed. Um, Spider-Man came. Spider-Man also he took some from him. I forgot what he took from him. Like some bottles with something in it. I don't even know what were in them bottles, but something in some bottles, like some liquid. I don't know. So he tried to stop him, and then right before he stopped him, like a minute before, um, the Rhino was driving to a street where Max was. Max was walking through the street with his building plans, I think, something like that. And people also did like ran into him, and he lost his building plans onto the street, and then tried to pick them up from the street. And right when he tried to pick them up from the actually on the street, Rhino did drive through there, nearly um nearly drove over Max, but Spider-Man was luckily there. Spider-Man did put Max out of the way of the street, out of the way of Rhino's truck. He saved him. He helped him pick up his plans. He even told him, you Max are important. You are my street, you are my ears on the streets. So Max finally felt in his life important. He felt helpful. He felt like someone needed him. And he really needed that. Like he really needed to be needed by somebody. He really had nobody in his life. He was a loser, a complete loser. Nobody. He had nothing. Not family, not a girlfriend, not a dog, nothing. Um, he also hated his boss. He hated that the corporation that he worked for stole his plans for the what was it, like some building for like some electro lines or something. I don't know. Um, so he helped them. Spider-Man helped Max, which made Max um like a let's say a stan, like a really crazy fan for Spider-Man. And Spider-Man then stopped Rhino. He did go to his graduation. He missed Emma Stone's, oh rather Gwen Stacy's graduation in that scene in that movie. But he still arrived at the last moment for his graduation. Um, right after the graduation, everybody was like happy, talking, and just happy for graduating and stuff like that. And there was Gwen with her family, and Gwen told Peter that they want to go after the graduation to eat something, which Peter was invited to. But right at that moment, when Peter was invited to eating at some restaurant, Peter saw. Oh, wait a second. Let's go back. Let's go back to the chase scene in the beginning of the movie with Rhino. Peter was chasing Rhino, and then, like in a cop car, he thought he saw Gwen Stacy's father, but it wasn't him because he was dead. But I think he saw him to be reminded that he should stay away from Gwen. Now let's go back to the after the graduation when Gwen Stacy invited Peter Parker to eating at a restaurant with her family for like partying or for like celebrating her graduation. Right then and there, when Gwen Stacy invited Peter and did go back to her family, Peter did see Gwen Stacy's father again. His father wasn't there though. There was just some illusion, some image made by Spider-Man conscious to stay away from, or rather Peter's conscience to stay away from Gwen. But the funny thing is, that scene is a very serious scene. But the funny thing is, there is a meme of Andrew Garfield. I don't know if you guys know that meme. There's some like meme music, like it's that exact scene, but with some meme music and like text over it saying like when you smell something, it smells really bad, or when somebody's talking shit and you think they're full of shit, or somebody's trying to be like very knowledgeable about something, you know they're full of shit. In that scene, even though it's very serious, Andrew Garfield makes a really funny face. Like two funny faces rather. And that meme totally took me out of that scene. Like I just remembered that meme and I couldn't take that scene seriously. So if you don't know that meme and if you watch that movie for the first time, I am jealous of you because I couldn't take that scene serious in any way because that fucking meme. But let's continue with the movie. Now, Gwen Stacy is at the restaurant celebrating with her family about her graduation. Peter arrives. Peter wants to go in. He sees Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy sees him. Peter doesn't go in though because Peter thinks he should stay away from her, like your father asked. I think Gwen Stacy's father asked Peter to stay away from her. So Peter told her that. And then Gwen Stacy said, "You do this over and over and over again. I'm done. I'm breaking up with you. I am breaking up with you, Peter Parker. I am breaking up." So they both left each other and did go their own way. Peter, of course, was very sad about that. He did go home. He listened to some music. He um he tried to he tried to distract himself. How did he distract himself? Good question. He got his father's um what it's called, like suitcase out and looked in the suitcase for some like information about him. He found out about the he found out about the project Roosevelt. Now, what is Roosevelt? Let's go back to the beginning of the movie. As we see like in the Amazing Spider-Man 1, Peter Parker's parents, Richard Parker and his mother, Peter's mother, I forgot what Peter's mother is even called, but Richard Parker and Peter's mother are like saying goodbye to Peter. They're both now in a plane, flying to somewhere. Richard tells Peter's mother they can't spend any more time with Peter. They both got to now watch their back the whole entire life. And Richard Parker, Peter's father, was uploading something called Roosevelt. Now, I will explain later in the video what is Roosevelt, but it's now important that he was working on that with Oscorp, and the details I will tell later in the video. So he was uploading it. Peter's mom did go into the bathroom. A pilot did come out of the cockpit. Um, he asked Peter's father, he asked Richard Parker, "What are you working on?" Like some kind of small talk. And Richard did realize that that pilot had blood on his hands. And he realized that that fake pilot, is actually an assassin that's gonna kill Richard and Peter's mom. So Richard realized it. He fought against that assassin. Um, the assassin nearly won, but then Richard did take the assassin's gun. He shot into the plane's window. The window broke open. The assassin flew out. He flew into the turbine. Was dead. Richard then uploaded Roosevelt, but both Richard and Peter's mom did die in that airplane crash. Um, so back to the movie, like back to like the middle of the start and the middle of the movie. Peter finds out about the Roosevelt project. Peter is now, wait, was it, no, it wasn't, I don't think it was yet that he did go there. But Peter found out about the Roosevelt project. No, let's talk about something else before we keep talking about the Roosevelt project, because that's rather in the end of the movie. Peter Peter had a friend, Harry. A lot of you know Harry from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man trilogy. He was the son of Norman Oscorp. I think his full name was Norman Oscorp, right? Yeah, Norman Oscorp. Norman Oscorp had a son called Harry. Norman Oscorp did have a, what do you call it? Like a disease that made him look like, what was the, like a goblin. Let's say like goblin, because that's how he looked like. And yeah, that made him look like a goblin. And he told his son, he brought his son, by the way, he brought his son for like, I think his 20th birthday home from like year 10 or year 11 of his life. He, Norman Oscorp had his son from, when his son was 10 or 11, sent to a internat. I think that's what you call it, right? Like where I study and live and stuff like that. And Harry was like, you didn't visit me once. When at my 16th birthday, you sent me a whiskey bottle that was sent, or that was gifted by one of your assistants.